Greetings, everyone, and thank you to this episode of Healing Courageously.
Oh my gosh.
I did that one on purpose.
You're squealing.
No, I did it on purpose.
Yeah,
I wanted to
you're
irritate you. Did it work?
Yeah.
Wow, man. Well, so here we are in the month of February, the month of love. So this month we got 4 couples, all going to be talking about the 4 P's of love. And
Right.
what are those 4 P's?
But wait a minute, before
What?
we start that, we got to get into the mood.
Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh, I forgot. When,
Is
today or tomorrow?
Well, if it works. Oh man, it's not working.
Hey, listen, that's one.
What's going on? Silly, we
Oh.
can't. We were gonna have some love songs coming on. So, oh wait. Oh, it's still not working. Oh well.
Oh well.
All right, it was the thought that counts. We
So
wanted
anyway,
to have some love songs. So the 4 that we're gonna do this month. Oh, no, it wants to do that.
I knew that was gonna happen.
The 4 P's,
go.
the 4 P's of love. So wasn't this one of the 90s love songs?
I don't know, I wasn't born then.
Ah, yeah, you were. So this month is going to be on the 4 P's of love. So we're going to start out the first week. We're going to have patient love. And our guests today, Jared and Allyssa, will be talking about patient
Where'd
love.
you find these 2 at?
Well, I kind of birthed one of them.
Oh, you did.
I birthed, well, you helped birth one of them too.
I had something to do with it.
Yeah. So those of you guys that don't know, Jared and Allyssa are our daughter and son-in-law. And so we're going to talk patient love this week with them. And then we have the following week, we're going to have practical love. We're going to have pursuing love, and we're going to have persevering love. So we have a month full of love, and look at Jared's love is just stepped away. So we know what
There was a result of that really good love with them just a minute ago.
Yeah, our little
So-
grandson was there. So, but we know that patient love right now, Jared's showing good patience, and that's the topic that they're going to be talking about today. So what we've done is we've given them a topic and we've asked them to come up with some talking points, and they're
Yep.
just going to kind of be the facilitators of this. And so, oh, and she's back and joining us.
Oh,
So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. Well, I feel like we're in your bedroom or in your living room right now.
and you're
Whoa.
thinking,
Should have done the bedroom.
where's your mind at today, girl?
All right.
Jeepers.
Patient love. It's love month.
Okay. all right.
Okay. All right. So we're going to start out with the first question for you guys. And you guys can, you guys pick and choose who's going to answer however you want to do it. But what is patient love to you?
Let's go to the Bible, see what it says about that.
Good start.
1 Corinthians 13, 4-7 says, love is patient and kind, love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wrong. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance.
That's good.
And that pretty much explains what patient love is, or what it should be in a marriage.
And the most important one of those, they're all important. We talk about this quite a bit, is we never keep track of wrongs. That's it's like, why is that useful to keep track of wrongs? Because it's done and over with. So it's like, discuss it, sit down and talk about it. I mean, Mom and I, we in 2004, with that affair that I had, Mom has never once, and literally not once has she ever thrown that affair in my face.
Right.
Not once. And it doesn't do any good to bring up the past.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you guys, I think, had early on in your relationship, even before marriage, you had an opportunity to practice patient love, which probably didn't feel very patient in the moment. But what can you share about that? What did you learn in that process?
Patience.
What patience really was?
Yeah. How to trust not just him, but trust God through the process as well. trust myself through the process, because this was like big a big point for me after coming out of a divorce and entering a new relationship, and now boom, here's troubles, and I had to be patient and learn how to handle it in a healthy way, in a healthy manner this time around versus how I used to handle it. So it did require a lot of patience on my end to forgive him, to work with him, to trust the process. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
And I had
think
to be patient with the process on my end, because I was the one having to put everything in action,
yeah.
not just, say, okay, I'm here, I'm there, this is what I did, or, I was I was dropping my location pin where I was, and sending it to her. I was taking selfies with buddies so she knew where I was,
Bank statements.
bank statements, everything.
Yeah.
I mean, but it comes down to, with the love keeps no record. I'm gonna let her down. She's gonna let me down. She's gonna act a fool. I'm gonna act a fool.
Good.
But we're still here for each other. We're not gonna run at the first sign of something going wrong. Now we have the tools to help guide us through those. We have people like you in our lives who can guide us through it. And it's just, you got to stay true.
That's good.
It's with patients. Today's sermon at our church, Pastor Jordan was talking about the speed of God. How fast does God really walk? How fast does he walk? And you think about his adventures. So he's going to see Darius, right? And he ran across the woman at the well on his way to see Darius, and he was in no hurry. When he got there, he wasn't in a hurry to finish conversation. He just stayed there in the moment. And what it boils down to is that God walks at 3 miles per hour, or Jesus walked at 3 miles per hour. So it's being patient and waiting for God's timing, which our timing, if he just did it as fast as we wanted it to, it'd be better.
Yeah.
But, so that the patient comes, like with you and with Mom and I, because God's doing the work in us, and you just got to be patient. It's hard sometimes.
Yeah. So that kind of leads to the question of how do you sit with patients? How do you sit with patients? I mean, what do you do in that process? How do you guys work through that time where you have to just be patient? Sometimes it's just being still. So how do you work through that? What are your tools that you use that you can share with others in that process?
My anxiety kicks in and I rage clean my house. That's how I be patient, because it takes my mind off things.
That works for you.
Wow. Yeah.
And that's what
Productive.
I've been really productive lately.
Yeah.
Productive patience.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. With me, it's really one of the biggest tools in my bag that I've been honing and utilizing to the best of my ability is the ability to just take a breath, and actually exercise the definition of patience. Because I've always been somebody who is very quick to act, quick to anger. So if I just, even if it's just a fleeting moment that is a break in between, it kind of still jolts me out of it and goes, oh wait, okay, let's think about this. How are we actually gonna do this, instead of all of a sudden we're at DEFCON 2 and kids are there's a war path.
Yeah.
So it's more responding than it is reacting.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the time to, okay, I can't react to this. I got to learn how to respond to this and what's going to be. We talk about this all the time. The first thought of your mind is not usually the best thing to be saying.
Right.
Yeah, not the best reaction.
There's a lot of patience involved in a lot of different areas in relationships. So.
Yeah. And in those relationships, you guys, I mean, Alyssa's had 2 daughters from a previous marriage, and so Jared came into a family. You're looking at her like, you did? And Jared, for you, that was something new you were stepping into as well. Well, not kind of new to you. But it was new in the sense that now you have 2 more people to learn patience with, 2 more girls to learn patience with, which I think is a lot different than boys. So for you, how did you handle that? Because I know that's not an easy place to step into. And I know you've been in a relationship before where there was another child, but it's not easy no matter, especially when it's not your, I mean, it's hard enough when it is your children, let alone not your children. And they know other people in their lives. And so now you're new coming in. How did you display patience for them? Because remember, our kids are mimicking everything that we teach them. So I'd like to kind of get your idea of how it felt coming into that, and then how you managed to be a patient stepdad or stepped into that role.
Well, I was lucky enough to have a very good role model when it comes to being a step parent. I had a stepfather that stepped into my life and took over the fatherly role 100%. I did not see my biological father or anything like that, and he took me under his wing like I was his own, and my sister as well. So I think growing up in that kind of environment already, in a blended family, you see that, and I mean, is it perfect? No, but he loved me like any of his other kids, and that's all that I could ask for. I was able to transfer that when I got into both of my marriages. But it really is, it's an act of love, and it's a labor of love to step into a relationship and take on a role that, yes, I'm there as a daily father, I guess, day-to-day father. I don't know how else to say it, but father figure, but also explain to them that I'm not here to take that place of their father.
Right.
And I am sure to mention that every time that we have conversations, because the girls will talk to me, about feelings that they might be having towards their dad and stuff. And, I always just reinforce, both for Allyssa and myself, that we're always here for them. We will always be there for them. I know I'm not here to take the place of anybody, but I'm here in this role right now. And if they need somebody to talk to about that, I'm here. And it's things like that really differentiate the stepdad, or because me, it's a stepdad at home that's actually caring and supportive. Where they may have their stories from their friends that are, oh, my stepdad doesn't want anything to do with me. Anytime he goes outside, smokes a cigarette, drinks a fifth of Jack Daniels, and doesn't want anything to do with me. I'm very engaged in their lives. I mean, I've been fighting alongside her for Adeline, for all of the services that she needs, in the troubles that she has, struggles that she has at school. I'm right there alongside her. There's not, I don't think, another kind of love that's there that offers itself like that, but an unconditional love that you have to have when you step into a relationship with somebody who already has children.
Right.
Right.
And you learn how to be patient very quickly in that process, and figuring out your role, being patient with yourself too, and how you show up in that role, because it's not always an easy role to step into. Right. So you have to, give yourself some grace and patience as well.
I remember one day, I think Jared and I were driving somewhere, and I was observing Jared, how he was with the girls, and it was just like, I was astounded with how fatherly, like, and loving he was towards the girls. And I asked him, Jared, what's up with you and the girls? How come you're so good with them? Blah, 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 blah. And pretty much what he's saying right now is exactly what he told me back then, is that his stepfather stepped in as a real father, and he had sisters that he grew up with. So, he's true to his word, and he always has been. And I will say, and Jared knows this, um, that I'm real glad that he is my daughter's husband, number one, because he also treats her like a queen, but he treats my granddaughters like princesses. Um, I don't think you can say that about a whole lot of step parents. I'm sure they're out there, so I don't want to discard the ones that are good. But
I was one of those people.
actually, yeah, Kathy was. She was a great stepmom to Danny. I mean, she loved him just like her own kid.
But it's a new patience that you
right,
have to learn,
exactly.
especially not
Yeah.
having kids coming into that at that time.
Right, and then with Adeline, like you say, you've been fighting with Alyssa the whole time. Her, and then now Maverick, man. Now little Maverick, he's a riot, Both my grandsons are just absolutely, they're hilarious, It's just they both got their own personalities. Maverick is just, I can't say enough about him. So, but yeah, we're just proud that Jared is in our family and is looking after our granddaughters and our daughter.
Yeah, I agree. With all of that though, why is it so important that we have patient love? To you guys, let me just hear your version of why it's important to have patient love.
Sorry, the girls came out.
They're sneaking in the back there.
They're trying to go outside. They've been wild together. Why is it important to have patient love? It just helps keep the relationship meaningful and inspiring.
I love that.
It helps keep us, connected as well. We're not patient. We're short with each other. When we're short with each other, there's a disconnect there, and there's a disconnect there. Everything kind of falls apart. So it just kind of keeps us aligned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah. It's almost like if you're not making a conscious effort to learn and appreciate your loved one more and more every day, are you really expressing that love?
Yeah.
Because she's going to have needs that morph every day. Her need, yesterday was laundry, but it's not today. Maybe it was, give me time so I can take a nap or something. Needs change, and that's one thing that you also need to know is what you did yesterday isn't going to necessarily be as appreciative as as what needs to be done today. And yeah,
we still have to finish laundry today though.
Isn't that something that is ongoing, never changes in a house full of people?
Yes.
It's really important too with the patients, especially when you have a disagreement and you both need your time alone. Just pull apart. I just got to think about this.
Process it.
Yeah, I got to process this whole thing, and that's a time that can be extremely hard to be patient in because we tend to want the answers right away.
Mm-hmm.
There's times with Mom and I that I flat told Mom, I don't like you right now. I still love her. I love her. I don't like you right now. She usually turns to me and says, well, I don't like myself either, so I don't blame her for not
Start
liking
to call myself out on that.
So, but then at that point, I know I got to be patient with her, and she's got to be patient with me, and we just kind of let each other do what we got to do. Because like you say, Jared, we're gonna have down days.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have bad days. That's just life. We're not perfect all the time. So
yeah. Yeah. Has there ever been, this is kind of a loaded question, but has there ever been a time where you guys haven't been patient with each other? And what's the outcome? I mean, be real, we have outcomes of our behaviors, and when we're not patient, how does it affect not only you, but the whole family is affected by it. So it's really important to kind of think about it that way.
Yeah. The whole dynamic of our household changes. Kids freak out. Kids start acting up because they don't know what's happening. For the girls, they've been through a divorce, and I know in the past, Adeline specifically has been very triggered by him and I arguing.
Yeah.
And it's not even, it could be a little argument, and she gets very anxious and very worried. So then we have to shift to that while also trying to deal with whatever we've got going on. And then there's the other kids. It's a lot, and it just shifts the entire feeling of the whole household. and
Mhm.
sounds kind of everybody spiraling in their own ways.
Right. And I think that's really important to remember, how we show up or how you show up as parents and as husband and wife in your home is setting that example for the kids too. And, patience, I don't think is something that you just have. You have to learn patience. And it's like most things like we talk about, we learn by an example as children. And so you're teaching your kids the elements of patience, what it looks like and what it doesn't look like. And I think that's really important that we are reminded of that. It's one of the things I talk about quite a bit is that it's like monkey see, monkey do.
Mhm.
They're gonna do everything that we reflect everything to them. So it's really key that we're aware of that as parents, as a married couple. And not only that, I mean, in our church environment, everywhere else. I mean, it it can carry over everywhere.
I think it's important too. I've had times, especially with my almost 13-year-old, where I'm not very patient in love and I lose it on her and she doesn't like it. No, who would? Um and after and it could be nothing to do with her. A lot of times it's usually nothing to do with her and everything going on with me.
Right.
So after the fact, I go in there and I apologize to her and I explain to her, hey, I'm struggling, or I keep it in terms so she understands that it's not her, it's me, but also doesn't worry about whatever else is going on. And I apologize for the way that I behave and tell her that I will make an effort to do better next time.
Yeah.
And I think that's super important these days as well, to go in and let your kids know it's not them.
Right.
I think what she said, the key word in that is I'll make an effort.
Right. To do
I
different.
promise you, I won't do this again. Too many parents do that, and that's where they get ourselves in trouble, man. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you look at me like that.
Childhood trauma.
Yeah. I mean, she knows that because for years that's how I was when I was drinking and out doing the things, and then it's become, she's learned just like Jared has learned that you make the effort.
Right.
We don't want to promise our kids because we are fallible. We're all gonna trip, right? And if you start promising them things and you trip just once, it could just crush them.
Yeah.
So I think when you look at this whole thing about patient love, right? Just go back to 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8. And that in my view is the glue to a healthy household.
Right.
Patient love. Right? Not perfect love, but patient love.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So as we get ready to close out, do you have anything that you'd like to kind of close with? Anything you want to share that we haven't covered? And it's okay to say no, because this is how we fly on these podcasts.
Here's how I do it with it. Is there a question you wish we would have answered? You wish we would have asked?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we've kind of molded everything that we had kind of into the several that you've asked already.
Yeah, that's
cool.
good.
Good.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that we missed on it.
Okay. Well, that is good. We hope that you guys, we had fun with you guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
not only are they our kids, but we did marriage counseling with them. That was a lot of fun.
I'm always fun.
Yeah, we have a fun time.
You are.
We have a fun time. So we're going to go ahead and we'll close this out. Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you.
We look forward to all of our podcasts this month.
Yeah, we got quite a few.
Yeah. So as we close out this, or as we get into the month of February, we have a call to action. So as you're listening to our podcast, you may be watching it on YouTube. We would like for you guys to tag a friend, invite a friend to the page, tag a friend, like the page. We want to make sure we're drawing in as many people because we know that there are people out there struggling in a lot of these areas that we talk about. And it's really important that we get connected with them. And we also just want to remind you that we do have life coaching services available, both for marriage counseling, premarital counseling, trauma, SYMBIS, you name it.
Addiction.
Abuse of any kind.
We're very well rounded.
So we would, if you have any questions at all, we're still running our free 30-minute coaching consultation. So reach out to us for that. And then my last little pitch is on our donations for the Courageous Healers Foundation. We are a nonprofit foundation. We work solely on donations. We help many women, men, and their families through traumas, through just general counseling guidance if they need it, coaching as they need it. And we rely on your donations to help support that. Many of our clients have little or no funds to pay for it. And so any donation that you make, if you want to set up on a monthly donation, you can do that. Or if you want to just pitch one, if you don't have any, pray for us. Keep the foundation in your daily prayers. And you can make your donations by visiting courageoushealers.org. Courageoushealers.org is our website there. And what else you have on your books?
Well, we got the books, but also make sure on the life coaching that when they go there, if they're interested in life coaching, fill out the contact form, click the little box, and then send us a message if you want that half-hour free coaching.
Yep.
But also by doing that, they're going to get my free 30-day devotional, The Wholeness.
And before you go further, that website for that is changeyourlifestorynow.com.
Changeyourlifestorynow.com. Okay. So you get that free as well
And
as
PDF. So you don't have
PDF,
to
right.
carry around a book.
And then we got my book, Healing the Wounded Child Within.
Mhm.
Okay. That book with a workbook right here and the 30-day devotional, they're all available on Amazon. They're all available paperback. The Healing the Wounded Child Within, 30-day devotional to wholeness is paperback, and Kindle, and Healing the Wounded Child Within is on Audible as well. And
In
it is
Spanish, it is called Sanar las heridas del niño interior in Spanish.
So hold it up there. So there it is right there. Okay. So that's also available on Amazon. I believe it's in paperback and on Kindle.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. I think we got it covered.
Think that's it?
Yeah.
Well, all righty then. So we thank you all for joining us, Jared and Allyssa. Thank you very much. We enjoyed having you on today. You're a blessing in our life. I want you to know that. And to all those listening, if nobody's told you they love you today, Randy does.
Kathy does.
More importantly, God
does.
does. Be blessed, everybody. Have a great day.